Hello, beautiful people. So today I had a plan to do this morning video in the morning. Well, it's 4:30, so it's not morning anymore, which obviously triggers to my topic of the day. How do you handle when you have plans and they totally twist around and go in a different direction? How do you do that? Do you try to accommodate them? Obviously, it probably depends on the plan and depends on the twist. But think for a minute or less. How do you handle when life turns around your plans? What is your default answer? Do you complain? Do you go against? Do you try to understand why and why to you and why in that moment? Or do you try to understand if there is something there to be learned? Maybe a little message for the day that might be useful. You thought of that? Well, let me tell you that yes, I did have a plan to do my morning walk and my morning talk and video in the morning. But today, when I woke up, I stayed, usually 10-15 minutes in bed, and I like to view my day and try to see how I would like to go about it. And I thought about going for breakfast. Usually I have a nice glass of water in the morning to keep the machine working before you actually take some food. And I had two things planned: the video, and I was thinking about the topic that I really would like to talk, and I needed to make revisions of history of Portugal, 6th grade, 18th century, because my youngest son has he had already today an exam in school, so I wanted to help him in the morning. So those were my two plans. When suddenly, it was very, very early in the morning, I could hear my wife talking on the phone, and that's usually not normal at that time of the day, at least. And she was a bit serious, so you understand that something is coming, and you need to accommodate whatever. And these are the moments actually that you can, I think it's just a fraction of a second, you can kind of think, what do I want to do? How am I going to welcome the news and the changes? And actually what happened was, it's kind of a sad story, because usually there's a neighbor that takes our youngest Michael to school, and today she couldn't do it, and actually she was asking the opposite. She was asking if we could take her daughter to school in the morning. I mean, she did not really explain why, but something was not working. And obviously, I mean, you forget about the video, forget about the topic, and put on your shoes, coat, and here we go. Do the bus ride. And basically what I learned, unfortunately, is that her father actually passed away this morning. So these kind of events, usually they made me really stop and think and gain perspective on how we live our lives and overall, and how fragile, how limited we are, and actually how we forget that so fast and so easily. Because if we were more aware of this thin line that separate us from doing something, being here, complaining, not being here anymore, I'm pretty sure all of us would face the challenge slightly different. I mean, you would definitely be more present, pay more attention, I guess be nicer as well. And so while I was driving, and then my whole day, took another turn. And obviously we feel sad for the passing of our neighbor. But we also should feel grateful about our own lives and the way we handle, all the things. Which, by the way, this is life. I mean, that's what probably I really wanted to stress out on this video. We tend to believe that it's kind of a flat line and predictable and comfortable. And look, this year, 2020, it's definitely a good wake-up call for maybe going back to basics of accepting that life is a risk. And the moment that you understand that, actually you change your mind. I mean, it reminds me, it's this incredible book that I like to read often. I wouldn't say every year, but often. Maybe I talk about it before. Tuesdays with Morrie. This is an incredible book, and there is a line on this book that mentions something like, the moment that you learn how to die, you start living. And I guess that it's a very powerful reminder. So 2 ideas that I think are worth it to think about it today. One is, how do we handle changes in our life? How do we accommodate these changes? Maybe tomorrow you can test that on you. And and the second thing is, how are we going around our lives every day? I mean, it's probably not enough of a reminder that we should be more present and grateful. So, well, here we are. It's the end of the day. Sam is somewhere. I mean, I just saw him passing nearby, but I guess he's on other business and he will return to me soon. Let me jump here. There is a little hole. Okay, done. And well, it's a beautiful evening. I'm very happy to be here and making this video to you. Wish you all the best. Take care of yourself, and if you can, don't finish the day without going for a little walk, huh? Maybe you can put some ideas in order, and maybe some of these can be an inspiration. Keep walking with me.